Hello, this is Aaron with Yesterday's Games, and today we're playing some more Mudrunner. This is coming off of just the last episode. This is right at the end of where we stopped. We've got our first logging truck into the kiosk, and we are taking a peek around. This is my kind of tiny, not so great truck, but you know what? He's he's semi-useful for if anybody gets damaged or otherwise. He ended up kind of upside down in the river earlier when I was playing this map. So we're gonna have to make sure we cross really carefully with him. So we go to the map and we switch over to our other 6-wheel Russian, log carrying beast, kind of squirreling all over the trail here, unfortunately. But it's right now it's got a kind of the big utility box on the back, which is the same as the one on our little 4-wheel truck. But it's and I kind of take a peek at the map here. I don't want to get lost. We put a little marker down. But yeah, he was super helpful in getting that little guy unstuck out of the river. But I need him for logs now, so I finally get the wheels to kind of slide into the ruts there, throw them into top gear, taking the diff lock off because this is fairly nice land as it is. Not a lot of mud, as we hit just a tiny amount here compared to some of what we've dealt with on this map. So. Coming over a little bridge here that I totally misjudge and shoot off to the right, off on the sticks here a little bit, but the truck kind of soldiers right on through it. Not much that with 6 wheels you can't just kind of power through. Make a left off onto a kind of a quite small branch here, a bit of mud that we're hitting now, but again, nothing that this truck really cares too much about. Into the high gear, all-wheel drive on, kind of working its way around, crunching into a few branches and leaves there, and we see the garage and our waypoint just up ahead. This was the garage that we started this map out in. So we're here. We're pulling this guy around. I see our little four-wheel guy there. Throw it into reverse and kind of square him up so we can put a nice trailer on this thing. Refueled 43 liters, so the garage will refuel the trucks up to 200 liters of fuel, but nothing more. So we go ahead and uninstall that there. I'm taking a look and going, okay, do I want the medium log cart? Do I want this thing? So we install the log carrier there. Install the medium log cart, which will allow those logs to sit in there and stick off. And I install also the spare tire there. So there's kind of a big old spare tire in part behind the cab, which will basically, that functionally gives me a little bit of ability to repair the truck. So turning the engine off here, I'm going to switch over to the little guy. That's the B66 is his name. 4-wheel drive. His diff lock is always on, so I can just kind of toggle on and off the all-wheel drive. So again, I'm going to put a waypoint just before the water crossing because this poor little guy, he sounds so much smaller than the big trucks. He got badly stuck. I think he got a ton of damage and ended up pretty much upside down in that river, which is not ideal. He's trucking along, bouncing along quite a bit actually. But it's funny how much a difference those 2 extra wheels make. Getting a little bit bogged down in the mud here. I believe I kind of left it in high gear a little too long, but we gear down just into high from that +1 gear. Our headlights are illuminating the path ahead with the mud and the other trees and everything. I wouldn't want to be driving this little guy. He's quite bouncy as he's kind of going through here, crushing a few shrubs under track, under the wheels there. So here's the little bridge that we just came over with the bigger truck. The little truck, oh, he scoots on just fine. Scoots over it just fine. Making our way up that little hill. But yeah, he's gonna be kind of our backup for our backup. You know, if anything goes wrong, I can bring him in and repair the bigger trucks if they get damaged at all. But ideally, I mean, he may be far too light to actually have a lot of help. Ooh, I slide off the path there a little bit, and the thing kind of almost gets ready to teeter up on its outer wheels, but kind of slips its way down, centers itself, and we're back on the path. But yeah, he's going to be pretty light, so if I get one of the big ones too stuck, especially when they're fully loaded with logs, I may not be able to do a whole heck of a lot. So we're continuing along the kind of deeply rutted path here. It's still dark. It's you know, it still sounds like there's birds out, but you know, hey, night birds maybe. So up ahead I can see my waypoint, which means I'm getting close to where this guy is going to be happily parked off on the side of the road, and then we're going to have to use one of the other trucks maybe to get him across the river without drowning him. So there we go. We whip it off on the side, parking brake on, and we're going to go ahead and stop the engine on this guy. So we're going to switch back to the let's put a little waypoint down there. Switching back to my other logging truck, the one that doesn't have the crane. He's over at our garage still. So the craneless one here, also 6 wheels, has kind of a tan colored cab instead of a green cab like my one with the crane does. Kind of working our way just out of the garage here. And again, these when the logging trucks are empty, man, they can really move. And with those 6 wheels going, I mean, he barely slows down when he hits mud. And as I say that, I slow down quite a bit hitting some mud. But yeah, so we're just working our way out of that mud there. Cruising along. Again, it's still the middle of the night. Those headlights kind of illuminating the path ahead. We're following where that little 4-wheel truck was earlier. So coming up to that little bridge, hopefully I can do a little better job of easing this big old truck through there. Looks like shoot it just through the middle there, over the top of those that little kind of, you know, just it's like a few trees with some planks over the top of it. Very rudimentary, but we make it over it just fine. A few smaller saplings getting kind of pulled and tugged by this truck. And I actually kind of slide off the path here in the same place I did on that little 4-wheel truck. So, but this one handles it much better. It does not have anything kind of weighting it down from the top there. So it happily enough cruises along here. We've hit a slightly harder ground. Cruising up a little hill here. We've got it in the +1 gear, so the engine is roaring. And here we are, so we are coming up to our kind of a left turn here. To go over to the right will take us over to the river, but on the left here, we'll make our way up this hill and over around next to our other truck that has the crane, and he's going to be ready to, you know, just take a little break there, you know, hitting the brakes, shifting gears. But this guy we're going to park up next to the other truck. You know, again, to get those medium logs loaded on him too. It's quite eerie looking ahead. You know, there's a fairly thick tree cover around here, despite all of the extensive logging. So there we go. The kiosk comes into view. We have our other truck there on the right. So again, I am swinging left, just right next to the massive pile of logs that. Well, we actually don't interact with. They're just there for kind of decoration. So we're swinging around, and it looks like the turning circle fits just nicely to come kind of parallel park this other truck next to our crane truck. Throw it into reverse there. Trying, well, as carefully as I can and failing to back up in a straight line. I decide close enough. Hopefully that's close enough for this other truck as well. So switch over to the crane truck, start the engine up, hop in the crane. Well, turn the anchors first and push those out. So this will kind of help anchor the truck without having to make, we don't want the truck to, I'm going to grab 3 logs in this thing, and I would hate to have it tip the truck over or something like that. Struggling a little bit with getting the crane crane selected there. So there we go. There's the crane. We grab it and we swing over to the log kiosk here. That's 1, 2, and 3 logs there in a pretty good configuration. I'm going to see again if I can grab all 3 of these guys, which is always nice. Well, as it comes up, looks like I've only got 2, but that's a great start. So we slowly move to the left here, moving all the way around. So hopefully we twist the logs a little bit. I'm trying to get this set up to where I can load these onto the other truck. Looks like actually I've gone a little bit too far. It's a little bit hard to gauge sometimes how far away you are with this thing, but there's kind of a little beam of light almost that comes up in the middle there. So interestingly enough, so I am having a little trouble picking those logs back up when they're so far away. The power of your crane increases generally as you shorten the distance you have away from the truck. So I actually dropped the two logs there, just so I know I can pick them up one at a time. So it's a bit of a mistake by me to go too far. So I've got just 1 log here, and looks like my little indicator is right over the truck. I make sure it's nice in there, and I drop one in. So 1 log in, 2 to go. We've gone and grabbed that second log that we dropped further than the truck. We're going to bring him over, and we're going to drop him also in the back. So there we go. I think I've more managed where the logs go. Just tell you, if you're hiring somebody to do this for your logging business, maybe I'm not your guy. So there we go. 2 logs in. I'm going to swing around and grab that 3rd and final log for that truck. So we swing the arm over, claw engaged, grab that thing, swing her right back around. Position him over the truck there, drop it down, get it kind of close to the thing before we drop it off. It'd be kind of rude to just throw that whole thing down. So we're going to go ahead and change to the other truck, I think. So there we go. He's there. We'll go ahead and I believe, yeah, there we go. We've got to start the engine in order to see it. So we click on that, load up that full set of logs there. Put the lights on I decide, I'm just going to go ahead and pull this truck out of the way. That way, there's no chance of messing anything up. So I kind of pull him up, throwing bits of dirt and mud everywhere. And there we go. So he's all set. He's out of the way. Now just to fill up our other truck, and we are good to go, or nearly so. 1, 2, and 3 logs there. I'm going to redo that and see if I can get them to fall nicely. And there we go. So that's a good fall. So it's kind of got 2 on the top and 1 at the bottom, kind of in a triangular shape. Which is nice. It's giving me indicators like, oh no, put them in the truck. It's like, well, I know to put him in the truck. Drop the claw on there, grab him, and oh, it looks like I've got two as well. So hopefully I can do a little better job of loading these logs in here than I did with the other truck. So dropping them down, they've turned green. Release the logs there. Okay. Just this one. I mean, how hard could it be, right? Just a single one. This is significantly easier than those claw grabber games you play, play in the restaurant growing up. So there we go. Oh, yeah, I just messed up my thing. So there we go. Truck is packed up, and when you choose to pack up this one, it folds up the little anchor arms, turns the crane around and everything. So here we go. So we pull him up just behind the other truck. I've accidentally clicked detach load, which is a bit awkward. So which is why you got to be careful when you're clicking really fast on your stuff. So it's okay though. We reload that thing and it's just fine. It's kind of like when they have like on my computer, I have between volume up and mute, I have go to sleep as one of my hotkeys, which is not ideal. But anyway, switch to the tan truck and kind of start forging up the path here. It's about just after 4 a.m., so we should start seeing a little bit of sunlight here in not too long. But this will be great. I kind of wanted to get the tedious, loading logs in and stuff, because this is pretty kind of a pretty safe, known thing that we can do when it's in the dark. Otherwise, you get lost and it's kind of hard to figure out where you're going. But anyway, so I think this is where I'm going to cut it for this episode. We've got both our trucks ready and loaded up. Next episode, we'll cross that little river and we'll take these 2 loads into the final logging station to finish this map up. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Give a like down below if you did, and we'll catch you in the next one.